Hello, hello. How you doing, beautiful people from Encoded Frequency? Today it is a free service day. I'm going to wait a couple minutes for you guys to let me know if the sound is okay. I had a little bit of trouble with the sound last time. And today I would like to ask each of you to let me know, how do you feel? What's going on in your life? What ascension symptoms you have? What it is the questions that you have for guys? And then we are going to go with the flow. With the stars that you guys haven't given me in the meditations and the lives, I have another 3 of this. So I think I'm going to use it to do a little bit of healing for all of us. I know that there is a lot of things going on, and surprisingly, for me that I talk to people from all over the world, in some places it is like nothing is happening at all. And in other places is very heavy, very dense, and sometimes there are cities in the same state. So it's depends, I guess, in the vibration that we'll have, not only as a unique being of light but also as a collective. And I would like to talk a little bit. Let me see if I can, if I am alive. Give me a second. Thank you so much for being here. And I cannot see your messages yet, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I think the sound it's okay, correct? Messages yet, but I'm gonna wait a little. Yes, I think the sound is correct. Thank you. Give me a second. And it's very important, guys, for us. I can. Okay, I think I can see your questions now. Let me see. Thank you, Dina. Yes, I'm going to go with that. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Mike, for being here. I so appreciate. Let me see if I can see all of your comments, and I think the sound is correct, so let's go with the flow. It's very important, guys, right now that we tune into our own guidance. This is something that I do believe it has helped me. I think since I woke up, I didn't wake up very committed into my spirituality. I was still neglected and resistant to do my shadow work. But after I had two more, and then I ended homeless, kind of like life pushed me to understand my inner spirituality and at the same time to integrate it. And I'm not gonna repeat my story because you guys, I'm sure, I already know that. But I think for me, what it was key, it was a connection with higher self. Higher self, it is like my best friend. I all day, not all day, but every day, talk to my higher self, at least in the morning and the afternoon. And when I need to know something, it is higher self who show clues, like metaphors about what I need to know in dreams, sometimes in intuition that I ignore. And then after something happened, I said, damn it, I kind of sense that thing, but I avoid it. So this is something that I wanted to talk a little bit today before going into the readings. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut feeling, because energy doesn't lie. Sometimes we say things that it doesn't make sense or it doesn't match the frequency from the energy. And I can see this in text when people text me or when I am speaking with a friend or a family member, sometimes instead of the people say, "Oh, I'm okay, I'm so happy about it, it's all going good," and then but the energy I sense maybe loneliness or angry or something, and then I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And we all do those things. Sometimes it is because we are not aware or we are not conscious about our weak spots or whatever we are working out at the energy level, that it is our opportunity to bring the light. And then we are aware, and I'm going to put an example of the body. Ask yourself, how many times during the day you guys ask your body, "Hey, how are you, body?" Never. I can I can swear that unless you have a stomach ache, headache, or some type of pain or discomfort, they say, "Oh, what's happening in my shoulder? What's happening in my stomach, in my heart?" So if we don't have like a signal, we are not aware about what's going on in our own empire. My empire, it is my soul. It's not in the body because the soul is huge and the body is small, but my soul expresses an aspect of me through my body. So the body, it is like a costume, like in Halloween, that maybe you guys wanted to be a witch, a Superman, or police officer, or nurse, whatever. So it's like a costume you use to perform something. This is my body. My body allows me to perform a personality that in this case is called Gretel. And then I am going to have shadow work, that is what I am working out. And I'm going to have my light work, the things that I nailed it, that I'm doing okay, that I'm balanced, that I know how to do it, like probably being an artist, right? So we have mission and we have purpose. My mission, it is my light, my gift for people. Like some people that are so good at service that just by speaking with that friend, you already feel good, even though that people don't give you any advice or any solution. Just by being with that person, already lighten your day. I hope that makes sense. Maybe some people has the ability to be good organizers, to be strong, to be a good leader, to be a good healers, to be funny, or something that is like a gift for everyone else. Does that make sense? So that it is your light, your mission, what you have to give, the things that you do good, that is part of your personality, that is your gift for yourself, but also for all of us. Yes? But your purpose, it is what you know how to do, that you and I are here discovering. And this is our encoded frequency. What I don't know how to do. Like, for example, in my case, part of my shadow has been love relationships because I always have had the narcissistic empath cycle because my mother did it, my grandmother did it, and before and before and before. So my purpose as a Gretel, it is to have decent balanced relationship so I heal my lineage. This is my purpose as a person. My mission, it is what I'm already doing with you guys. Teaching light codes, teaching light language, teaching healing, sharing my experience. This is what I am already doing it. And I know how to do it, but I keep learning. Does that make sense? And in my purpose, I have so many other purposes included into one combo that will benefit my group. Because all we do here is in benefit of the group, your family, Monet, your collective. I hope that makes sense. This is part of the things that I would like to share in the mentoring course that we're going to start, the 12-12 in December. Is going to go the whole year. I want you guys not only to learn about gifts, channeling, light codes, healing techniques, who are the Arcturians, when should I need to call angels or Pleiadians, or what is the difference between Laren and Arbagan, or things like that. But more like how I can apply this into my life. Like, for example, me, part of my purpose, things that I want to learn, is to be a happy human. Because I am a light worker and I'm an empath, sometimes I tend to isolate myself because it's hard to share our things with humans. Sometimes we tend to feel that we don't fit, we don't resonate. This is kind of like a starseed thing. So I want to be able to be a balanced human, even though I'm weird and unique and special and different. I hope that makes sense. It's something that I am learning how to do. I also, one of my goals is to be a good mother. I would like to be a good partner with someone that I can connect at the soul level, but at the physical level, that we can make a good team, that it's okay with the things that I do, and we can support each other to grow together. I hope that makes sense. And I have many, many, many goals. Like, for example, healing the relationship with my family, even though I am so different to my family. Now that it was Thanksgiving, we celebrated, and it was beautiful because we learned to connect with the things we have in common and not to push each other bottoms on the things we disagree. I hope that makes sense. And when you are able to find a mediate balance between two different parties that are not in agreement, it's a beautiful thing because we have more things in common than things that separate us from the other group. I hope that makes sense. And that can be politically, that could be because someone is likes conspiracies and other doesn't like. Maybe you're a spiritual, maybe you're a Christian, or whatever differences. We'll have differences, guys, and it's fine. But the more we point out those differences, the harder it is going to be one with our collective, because we're not here alone. Otherwise, I'll be single. I will be alone in the world. You guys wouldn't exist. But I need you guys so I can fulfill my mission and my purpose. And probably you guys need me and the rest of the world so we can play a role like a movie. This is an illusion. And we have many illusions playing around. It isn't real. We shouldn't take life that drastically painful, because it's just like being in a movie. Like, if I am going to be shocky or a ghost or whatever, or evil, just like for a period of time, and that's it. If I didn't figure it out, we have many, many, many lives to figure it out. I think the ultimate goal of all of us, and I wanted to end with this before I go with the readings, it is, we're here to be happy in whatever it is that makes me happy, but at the same time to discover those treasures, those seeds we have within that are encoded, things that we don't know we can do, that are like the gift for everyone. Like, for example, for me, I didn't know I could live as an artist. I never expected, it was never in my plan. I wanted to have a job with interest, with dental plan, with vision, in an office with safe money every month. And I don't have that. And I'm happy with the job that I have, even though I have good and bad months. At the end, it's part of the journey that I am discovering that I can be in the flow, trusting that I will have everything I need, because one way or another, the universe supports me in the goal and the journey and the mission that I'm here to experience, and so are you. I hope that makes sense. Mm, there is a lot of things going on. I know there is a lot of people channeling predictions, but this is what I believe, because I have dreams practically every day and I see different timelines. they are all being streamed. Like, for example, Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Stars, and whatever. But we choose which channel we would like to listen to and believe that is part of our own game as a soul. Does that make sense? Not because I dream that, let's say, that in my city dinosaurs are going to be reborn. It does mean that it's going to happen in your timeline. This is my prediction from my Akach, from my soul family, what is happening to me. But if you choose to believe that, you stole that belief and anchor it into your own experience. I know that sometimes we are listening to different channels to different people, but use discernment, because we are in transition into, we don't know what's gonna be like, because we have free will. We are choosing if we would like to have a control program, if we would like to have disclosure, if we would like to have an organic ascension. This is our choice, you, each of you, and my choice. So because some Arcturians say something, it doesn't mean all Arcturians. It's just the one related to that person, and that includes me. Because I give you an advice, don't take it that seriously. Discern. Take your own sovereignty and choose what you want to believe. Does that make sense? And that is part of being in connection with your own higher self, with your own intuition. Sometimes we nail it, sometimes we don't, so be it, whatever. But we are going to get better and better and better and better. And this is what I want to do for myself next year. I know that if I turn on the news or YouTube into what many people are saying that is going to happen, astrology and beyond, I may freak out because of whatever things are going on. But I'm trying to stay away and try to connect with my higher self and say, please show me where I need to be, what I need to do, and what I need to experience. And if I need to have, let's say, get sick because of the virus, so be it. I will embrace it. If I need to be in whatever program that may be running, so be it. I will go through, because probably this mind is not prepared to see the bigger picture, but maybe my higher self it is. If I fuck it up, sorry my word, so be it. I will come again and again and again and do it, or someone else in my soul will do it for me. No big deal, because everything has happened in a second. Does that make sense? So choose what vibrates for you. And if, let's say, I was very aligned to conspiracy theories in a part of my life, and I enjoyed and I liked it. It was dangerous. I was upset with life, with government, and I enjoyed that time. It was part of my experience and I learned something. So whatever it is, the way that you feel guided to explore your soul, your spirituality, go for it and embrace it. It doesn't have to be love and light. It doesn't have to be Namaste land. It could be shadow work. It could be protesting. It could be saying what is wrong and what we observe should not be happening, because there is a lot of things in this reality. I agree with you. But at the same time, let's us all ask what I can do so I fix those things I don't like to see. What is going to be my responsibility as a sovereign being of light, as a human being that light in action? And sometimes those things are encoded with us, and we are not aware that we can do those things. And those inspirations, those ideas, those innovations that maybe can sound crazy. If I would told my mom when I was 18 I was going to do what I'm doing, I'm sure she would thought I was crazy. But look where I am, and it's not a bad thing for me. I love it. And I hope you guys love it too. So crazy people sometimes is the one who create change, like Tesla and Copernico and Da Vinci and all those people. I'm sure the world told they were crazy because they were advanced to their time. So be it. Sometimes we need to be crazy to see outside of the box. So I would like to do a little bit of light language just to clear the space so I can be the most pure channel for guidance, for healing, for whatever you guys need, and then we'll just go with the flow, okay? If for whatever reason I miss your question, because sometimes Facebook just publish part of the comments, type it again, and then I will do as many as I can. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. And another thing that I wanted to say very quickly, I am going to change the services. Instead of having different courses, I'm going to have one course, like a mentor course. And I think it's very affordable because it's going to be only $59.99 per month. I already have 4 people that is going to be for free. I am going to post the dynamics, so I choose 3 more people to have it for free. And then I'm gonna change a little bit of drawings of services to adjust, but I have a lot of discounts in the page right now, and then I think tomorrow I'm gonna change the services and the things. So if you would like to go and take a look and take advantage, because it's very, very, very affordable, and that is going to support me for all the changes that I'm doing for next year, and at the same time to keep doing free services. The mentorship is going to work like that. You guys will have from the first day to the 7th to pay the quote, and then you guys will receive the material, and we're going to do one team for month, and then the last 2 weeks we just set a date like for an hour in Zoom, an hour and a half. So I identify what I can do for you. Maybe it's an activation, maybe it is a healing, maybe I connect you with your guys. And this is a course that is going to be for people that you guys already know spirituality. Maybe you guys already did Akashic Records, Reiki, things like that. More like a refresh, but at the same time to upgrade a little bit, let's say the Reiki that you learned 10 years ago, like to upgrade how you can apply it for yourself. It's not going to be like how do I say, it's going to be specific for what you need for you to apply it, whether that you want to do like I do, or because you like to apply it for yourself. I hope that makes sense. So in that course, I would like to teach the things that I do, like healing, like language, Akashic records, but at the same time, the finality, I think is the word, is how you discover your frequency within, your gift, and how you can apply it in the physical on your benefit. Because I know some people use their gift in their normal jobs, and that could be too. But if you would like to be a psychic, do sessions like me, maybe that is going to be a way for you to identify your own uniqueness. Because sometimes we want to do like everyone else is doing, but you're going to shine for your own uniqueness, and that it is your frequency within that is encoded, that we are all discovering. I hope that makes sense. So if you guys have any question or anything, contact me, PM me, but I already post the teams and the information on my website. Let's do a little bit of light language, 10 minutes, just to clear the space, invoke your higher self, invoke your guides, and then we'll go with the flow. And I'm going to use, I think, this one. I'm going to call upon the highest light to come today, whoever it is, whatever we need to know, whatever we need to receive, and I'm going to ask your higher selves and my higher self to be in charge on the benefit of all. Just take a deep breath. Try to tune into yourself. Just be aware about what you feel, what you sense, maybe the air that comes in and out. Creating a sacred space for your guides, for your higher self, your soul family, to come and assist you, creating a circle of light. Seshka kitikiara koro teria sara teriashka nikiara kerena. Just create your own holy space. And as you breathe, allow the light to bless you. Allow your chakras to open, to communicate. Soho kia kiashku uko ka achka tiashka takoro niara siriashka. Kiska kutu okuru tiria kara tarasarosh korikiana nekara koro usorikia. And as you breathe, the light language feels galactic. Tula sentia kara toro soroshka kiene. Nina ta au koro turia sereshkara terike ara koro soro kiara. La haki ash ahoko ma iki eti akoro tiriaka. What they're showing me is that there is a column of light that each of us have. And the light reaches the heavens, and through our own pillar of light, we're going to receive just what we need, not more, not less. Unless antikia koro tariashka serikia nakara akira toro oshka. Tio ai ki tikira terasara karishke koro marikia tara. And I'm sensing Arcturians, I'm sensing Syrians, Pleiadians, Andromedans, some felines for Lara too. Kitirkira tarasara korosh korokoro marikira karakoro soro korishka. Just breathe. And the energy is turquoise. Tiki katoro sare karishkitikira tarasarosh koro korikiana karatarasarosh kiana. Feels like liquid light that enters her crown. It's very soft, very gentle. Tiokiana kikira katarasara karashkorikiana kiashkata sakorika. Feels joyful, feels blissful, feels like creating a space. The light from your crown spiral clockwise, slowly, gently, opening your third eye. Siuntina karitaria kara sara koriashka dikiana kara sara kiashka. Making you smile perhaps, opening your ears, cleansing your throat chakra. Tishkitikika tarasara korikiana kiara kashka. Dropping your shoulders from your neck, washing away the stress, the worry from your muscles, from your back, so you feel supported and open the heart. Lanti until la kieta kotokula kiena kiera sera kieshka. Open your lungs to the fullest as you breathe this turquoise light that is part of the rays of New Earth. New Earth, the rays are going to blend it. Like golden rose, silver blue. Blue and green is going to be aquamarine. Peach is going to be red and yellow. Tikia kotoro saraya karashkataria sarakoroshketikina karakoriki ishka. Copper blue and pearl, that is the white, and the pink representing the mother side of God. Tiki ishka tikiara koro toro siriki ishka. And the light keeps spiral down slowly and gently, going deeper and deeper and deeper, permeating every aspect of you with healing, restraining your physical body. Sadly healing kia tekiashka to korotoria sarianadi kiashka. At the level of your torso, expanding, relaxing. The sunny na tekiashka te korotoria sariashka tekiara kira kora kira kashka. Then loading joyful frequencies at the level of your pelvis, your hips, your legs. Keshka te kikara koro tirikiara shka te karaka tarasaro kori keshka te kiara kori tarakaro koro soro kori keshka. They're asking us to tune into the joyful heart, the joyful living, having the capacity to see life as a blessing. Te ishka te koro tori sara kiara shka te koro koro tirikiara kori niakara. And as the light goes down through your legs, your feet, we're going to see a circle of light, creating a sacred space. And that circle can be as big or as you want. And your light is going to go as deeper as you want. If you would like to share the light with the rest of Gaia, just send light from your heart, from your aura, like solar flares, bathing, cleansing the hospitals, the countries in war and despair, people in poverty, the people sick, people that are afraid to get sick, people that are homeless, people that have addictions that don't know how to go out, people that are in sorrow and grieving, they lost a loved one, they lose hope, faith. Maybe they don't want to live anymore. Childs who are without family, the ones that are in the traffic webs, in the darker parts of the collective, sending light to give them the strength, the hope, the faith that all is going to work out one way or another, sending angels, if it is your wish. And if you want to, you can clear your social media, not only this channel, but all the channels that you are in contact with, to clear any interference, to purify your space, to purify the technology, and at the same time, the collective systems that we have agreed upon to experience with, government, the structures that create society, the rules and regulations. Requesting to be rectified at the level that we can agree upon, the highest balance that we can match. Tiki kara koro toro o sara ke era ashkata koro toro o sara ke ishkati iki ana. The more love that we anchor into Gaia, the easiest is going to be the solutions to pop up and the inspirations in the core of all of us to be the light in action, to be that light worker that has the courage and the bounty to stay in the light even in darkest times. The ki ishkata koro toroshki kiana kiara toro uskara eshkata kira kara taraskriana. And know that the galactics and the angelic realms are supporting you in every way we are allowed to, respecting your free will. And the way that Gaia has seen and won her timelines to collide and blend at the sentient level of her soul. Te eshkite koro toro oshkate eki ikianate eshka koro otora asiri eka ashka. And they also would like to remember that our power relies in our heart and the love that we are able to hold. Te ishkite kira kara toro osoro uka ashkate iki eshkate iki isa aki ina. Iki ata akera tara osoro oshkate iki ina eka akoti iki akata ko to oshkate iki ina aki ako uma aki ina iki ashka. And as you breathe, anchor your light as rivers flowing throughout the ley lines of Gaia, her sacred temples, the parts of Gaia that are pure and magical, that still hold the essence of God. In her surface and underground as well. Bring yourself with the crystal collective. And then going down and down. Connecting with the kingdoms of Gaia. The fairies, the gnomes. The tree collective, the animals, the spirits of Gaia. The spirits of fire, spirits of light, spirit of water. Spirit of soil, the spirit of wind, the spirit of to micro life, teki akoto okoro otoro osara aki eshkita ko osoka ani kiete aka okoma aki eshka. And they're asking us if we are willing to imagine we can hear our heartbeat and match that heartbeat with the heartbeat of Gaia, to find a harmonic resonance, to be in synchronicity with all the abundance that is waiting for us to tune in. Doors that seem closed from heaven, dropping down gifts of the light. Te eshkite ko toro o soro kori ashkate ki ikina koro toro o seki eshka. And the more grounded that we are, the more blissful, peaceful, and in balance we will be. Sunti naki ara toro shkitikira koro tresara kera shkitikira toro okoro tiri shkitikina karekiaka. As the ley lines of Gaia and degrees are being deconstructed and rebuilt in our own unique timeline, when we ground, we're going to allow a stability to be the support that balance our light to below. Teki kara toros diriashka tekiara koro diriakiara diriashka. They request each of us to tune into whatever frequency we desire to hold the most. It could be love, it could be peace, it could be clarity, stillness, abundance, manifestation, prosperity, connection. And with that, anchor deep in your core as you're breathing ground. The transmission is complete. And then some blessings and gratitude, and I send gratitude back. That was good. I think I needed that. Let me see. Give you guys time to open your eyes, and then we'll go with your questions. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comments. Give me a minute. Indeed, Stephanie, I think we all needed that. We all have been feeling. For me, I have been so sleepy. I think I'm sleeping like 11 or 12 hours. I sleep like a baby, and I have like so many dreams about things in other realities that I have no idea if those are going to be in my reality or not. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate just trying to know what to do next. Let me ask you guys what it feels like. Practice to be in your center, Vanessa. I think sometimes what you guys are showing me, it is like, I don't know if you are very active or you think too much, but it feels like your energy sometimes is like all over the place. So allow yourself to be focused on the intentions that you set for yourself, and at the same time to know what is your center. My center is in my heart, but some people have it in their plexus, in their root, in their head, in their hands. So ask where your center is. What is your strongest chakra wheel, energy vortex? And then be present. And that is going to help you to know where you are or where you are going. I hope that helps. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate you having with me since I started. I'm very grateful. I hope all is well for you. I'm working on self-love. Sarah Hicks says, why this has been so hard? Because, and I agree with you, it's something that I am learning to do, because we have been programmed without love. And love has different languages, and sometimes we don't know how to identify what is our own language to give and to receive love. And sometimes empathic people, healers, spiritual people who have the tendency to share love throughout service. We're like givers, we're like always doing things for people, and sometimes we forget to give the same service to ourselves. But it's not something that we cannot relearn how to do it. And for me, I force myself to put me as a priority, because I am very like organized. I add in my schedule time for myself, and I force myself. I put like dates, like appointments for me to be with myself. It's like I'm forcing me to grow like that, because when I grew up, it wasn't something that it was rooted in my personality as a child. But because now I am a grown woman and I make my own choices, whatever my parents gave to me, I am learning how to do it, and I am learning how to do it with my kids. Sometimes love can come through service. Love can also come to words of affirmation, like being grateful for people. A way to express love, it could be like saying to yourself, gosh, I appreciate that you are very loving always. You always have good advices for people. Sometimes the way that we speak to our own self is very disrespectful. Gosh, I'm so stupid. I'm so blocked. I don't know how to do it. And when we notice we are in that lack of love is when we can shift. For example, say like, oh my God, I'm so blocked in love. And maybe you can notice and say, but I'm hopeful that every day I'm learning and learning and learning, so I know how to love myself. I hope that makes sense. Another channel of love, it is gifts. Like, this is a way that people has to show loves other people is through physicality, like giving yourself a massage, putting yourself in a bath with crystals and probably a glass of wine or a tea or sage or whatever, just like physical love. Because we are humans, we have a body, sometimes we need that touch, like hug yourself or tell you I love you so much. Maybe we don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna figure it out or whatever. This is like another way. And another way to channel love, it is quality of time, and that it is for ourselves, but also if you have a partner or if you have kids or family, it's a way to practice. Like, for example, for me, I'm not a touchy person because I'm sensitive, but I am learning to hug my kids, the person that I appreciate, in a way that I respect their privacy. Because I am like, this is my space, right? I'm like very selective, but it's something that I'm practicing how to do. And quality of time, it is because sometimes we are with people, but we're not even paying attention. So whenever you are with people, it's something that I'm doing for myself. Even though they are gossiping or speaking bad or something and I don't like, I try to be patient, to give their time to speak all the things that they have. So I do that quality of time. And then I'm going to choose if I'm going to keep with that connection or not, or whatever. But sometimes we need to just hold the space for others to say what's going through, and it doesn't mean that I'm gonna lower myself, but I can elevate a connection so healing through love can happen. Does that make sense? Sometimes if a friend is in a bad way, you don't have to tell them how to fix things, but just like be for that person, it's enough. Does that make sense? So the third one is a channel of love that fits with you, and normally it is the way that your parents show you they love you. So you identify what things you need to know for yourself, but we should all practice all forms of love. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Sophia. I appreciate. Are you taking questions today? Yes, Gabriel, I do. I was wondering if you have a message for me. Yes, I do. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. The first thing that I'm seeing, I see like a ring of golden light. So I think they're talking about your solar plexus, work with your solar plexus, probably with words of affirmation to yourself, because what I'm sensing it is that you have been doing changes, and all of those changes are good. You are aligning yourself into a new path, into a new direction. But recognize that to yourself, the things that you are doing good, and at the same time keep affirming so more new things can come to be in alignment, so you are cosmically aligned with what's coming for you. I think something will change in your life, but it's going to be a good thing. But it feels like you are in preparation for whatever new, good, amazing thing is going to come for you. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes the journey seems a little bit rocky, like when I was homeless, that I was sick, that I had depression, that I didn't know what to do with my life. But at the end, it was a good thing because it prepared me for where I am, but also for where I'm going. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ellie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the stars. Appreciate it. Mike, be weird. Yes, because I don't have to be like everyone else, because we will be like, you guys remember Smith in the Matrix, that they were all equal? It will be boring. My difference is my uniqueness. It doesn't have to be something that I'm doing good. Maybe it is my flaw. Maybe it is because I'm clumsy and I drop things, and maybe because I drop things, people laugh. And so it ended being a good thing, and I'm really clumsy. So I forgot always things. This is part of who I am. So the people who love me, who know me, they already remember me things. Natalie, yes. Okay, Natalie, I think I'm seeing you like in a healing chamber. I don't know what you have, if you have a disease or pain or something. Okay, let me ask. Okay, what you guys are saying, Natalie, it is the process that you're going through, and I'm seeing like a star expanding, and it has like purple, kind of like a galaxy, like purple dust and pink dust and white dust. So your body, your soul, your spirit is already working out, and whatever process you are going through, the only advice or remembrance is tuning to your divine presence, the divine aspect of you, that moment where sometimes we are at ease, like a grace state, where maybe you don't need anything, you don't have questions, maybe nothing is happening, but that is the essence of your divinity connected with God. And this is something that you can practice, and we all can practice. It could be through meditation, and they're showing me sound, like sound healing. I don't know if you listen to solfeggio music or things like that, but this is something that is going to help you to tune into that divine presence, that in your case you look like a star. I don't know how the stars are born, but kind of like a star that is like born again, like in transformation. So maybe a lot of things is happening to you, and maybe not that comfortable, but it's part of your own reborn, if that makes sense. And the end is that divine presence of God, that is your God, your resonant frequency with God. And they're showing me like sound frequencies that is going to help you unconsciously to tune into that spark of God that you have within. I hope that helps. Darling, beautiful, thank you. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing amazing. Dina, I'm new. Thank you for being here. Or reading, yes. And the more specific your questions, the better. I'm listening to Sonic Healing. If you're already listening to Sonic Healing, then keep doing it because it's working out for you. Dina, what they're showing me, you guys, is like ground space, like literally sowing trees. Like if I can put my hands like in, like when you do gardening, that you are all dirty. So I think you should ground more and connect more with outdoors. I don't know if that's something that resonates with you, something that you like to do or you are not used to do, but probably give it a try. I don't know where you live either, but they are asking me, like, literally kind of like gardening, like being in mud and soil, reconnecting with that earth, that it's so healing, at least for myself. Let me know if that resonates with you or not. You definitely need some healing energies. There are some, well, you can put meditation and what I used to do in the beginning when I needed to meditate and I wasn't that connected like now. I was putting a window with a playlist of meditation without ads because I always hated that. And then another window with a flash of frequencies that would last like 9 hours, and then put my headphones. And then that would help me to sleep when I had insomnia. And then at the middle of the night, I would just drop the headphones away. And that was the way for me to self-heal. After I had the tumor take out with my uterus and I had the surgery, the anesthesiology pinched my back like so many times because he was a new guy, and the liquid inside of my spine, it was dropping and I lost a good portion. So when I woke up from the surgery, I couldn't move my legs. So the doctors didn't knew if I was going to walk or not, or what to do. They were all freaked out. They wanted to kick out of me of the hospital, but my family didn't allow. And I was like all in drugs. I didn't know what was happening. I was like all in pause. I didn't worry or anything, probably because of the trauma though. But it was just like too much for me to worry that I just said, okay, whatever happened to me, I'm just going to go with the flow, because I had no money, no job, no nothing, and maybe I was not going to walk anymore. So the solution that the doctors did, because they didn't want to mess up with me, it was to put me like my head down with the legs up, like in the bed, and wait for my body to renew the liquid in my spine so my brain didn't dry and I could recover the mobility. And after 10 days, I was able to have sensitivity and move them, but I couldn't feel my one of my legs, I think was the right one. I had no pain or nothing. Like it was like numb. I could pinch with a knife and I had no pain at all. And with meditation, I was meditating morning, afternoon, and night. And then all night, a playlist, all night of meditations. I think after a year and a half, I was able to recover the sensations in my body, and then like normal, like nothing happened. So I have a lot of faith to meditation, to sound, that you can cure anything, even doctors say whatever things, because my body healed by itself. And if I heal by itself, you guys can do that too. It's all in our mindset, guys. I'm not saying that doctors don't know what to do, because they study, of course. Go to the doctor, but use your discernment about what you need to do, and then probably use your treatment, and then try to do whatever thing that works out for you, because our mind is so powerful that sometimes a placebo therapy like sound or acupuncture or massage or whatever may help us so we can integrate the medicine in a better way. I hope that makes sense. But in my case, meditation and my faith and my hope that I was healing myself, it was what made me able to recover completely after a while, of course. But I was very committed, very committed. So for me, I think the secret, it is committed, because sometimes we're jumping from one thing to another and you don't allow the thing that you try the first time to really give you results. Yes, I hope that makes sense. Joanne, Thank you for being here. Can I ask you about my heart? I can feel so much energy from my heart. Any higher self or guides? Yes. Let me see what's going on, Jen. I don't know if you are connecting with your twin flame or not. I don't know if you are happy with that connection that you have or not. But what I'm seeing it is that there is definitely like a restructuration, like an upgrade of that contract. And I'm seeing like different paths. I don't know if you are going to change twin flame or adjust into a timeline that you guys are in more harmony. But it feels like both of you are making that choice. I hope that makes sense. Like whatever you guys decided when you before born, it's been rewritten by the intentions and the desires and the things that your twin flame and you want now that you are here in the physical. So I'm seeing like your teams and your guys are kind of like trying to find an agreement. And then when you are and when she is, there are like different paths. And there are paths where you guys grow together, and it's like a better path because you guys find harmony, a better harmony between what you want and what uh, your twin flame want, and so you complement each other in a better way. And there are other paths that where you are separate, and then a different soul is going to come to replace that twin flame connection, but it has not decided that. That's why you feel that like huge bliss. It feels like you have options to choose what you want to do, but you haven't decided yet. It feels like, I don't know if that's resonate with you or not, but it feels like there is a lot of different choices and you haven't decided yet. So tune into the light of your heart. Do a lot of heart meditations. Don't close yourself. Don't allow yourself to get desesperated or frustrated, like, because it is a process. Whatever is going through that you want and your twin flame one is going to a process of synchronization and synergy. And that challenge that you may feel, it is what is developing the strength and the qualities that you want to learn. I hope that makes sense. Give me a second. Jenny Rivers, thank you for being here. I'm trying to find my twin flame. Last time you said it's Anunnaki. Of course, I wish physical name. I don't remember, Jenny, if I say that. When I channel normally, I don't remember. But this is what I have learned from my own twin flame experience. Look, I know there is a lot of things online and a lot of people say different things because there are different type of twin flame agreement according to the dimension that you are on. And it's all valid and it's all good. For me, I do think that many of the twin flame beliefs and legends that are online about a soul that is split and is always looking for the other half throughout the incarnation, the circle of time and the circle of incarnation, comes from the legends of ancient Greece that says that before time, man and woman were androgynous. When the gods and humans collide together, but Zeus punished humans for something they did and split with the lightning and then separated the feminine from the masculine. So it was like a curse, so they were looking for each other half. I don't think my twin flame is my half. I think I am complete and my twin flame is going to be a complete whole person because in reality, I believe we are all fragments of source. So in reality, we will be all twin flames, not twin flames, twins, soulmates, because the flame, it is that attraction that you have, that it's so pleasurable, and sparkly like butterflies in your stomach. You say, oh my God, who is that person that I feel so drawn to? That is the flame of love that is like a magnet that attracts you to that person. But that connection, it isn't physical, it is at the soul level. This is what I understand because I keep learning. I don't think you have one, I think you have many, because they are all soulmates. But with one, you choose to have a contract that is going to be your twin flame for this life. Does that make sense? Because every aspect of me is going to have its own higher self, its own guides. That is the representation of what I have right now, but it's going to maybe look different. I hope that makes sense. But twin flames, sometimes you cancel the agreement, sometimes you redo an agreement, and it's kind of like a practice to be one and compenetrate yourself with someone at a deeper level than a soulmate. It's a different connection with a soulmate than with a twin flame, completely different. None is better than the other one. It's just different. For a twin flame connection, what I believe, and other people can disagree, and that's fine, it is that you both have to be awake. It cannot be your twin flame if that person is asleep. Maybe it is your alike twin flame, but it's not activated. Because with a twin flame, you know what the other person is thinking. You channel each other. Your auras are complete. You know what the other person is afraid, is upset, and your aura instantly come and hold that person in love. And then if you know, like as a feminine expression of the twin flame, because it could be two women or two men, but in a twin flame you always have a masculine expression and a feminine expression. It doesn't matter the gender. If the masculine expression is wounded, you instantly feel and nurture and compliment that expression without judgment, without, babe, you shouldn't do that. It's not like a husband and wife thing that sometimes you fight and things like that. You innately feel drawn to just hold the space, allowing that person to heal by itself with the extra love that you are sharing. And that goes in both ways. You activate your body of light, you activate your DNA, you channel each other. When you are connected in sacred union, sometimes you can see past lives, sometimes you can astral travel. There is a lot of things that happen, and that doesn't happen with a soulmate. But it's not a better or a difference, it's a different connection. With that twin flame, you go from stages on deepening. And it's not one, it's many, because I have many aspects of me. So my twin sees all aspects of me, and I see all aspects of him. And all that happen at the soul level. Sometimes you meet that person in physical, and you know that that person it is, but that person is one of the many souls that are the twin flame collective, the agreement. The ultimate goal of a twin connection, it is unconditional love. Without asking, you have to be my husband, you have to be my wife, you have to support me, you have to awake because I'm awake, you have to do this if you want me to love me. It doesn't work like that. You just give just love because you feel drawn to it. It's beautiful. It's like heaven. When you have that twin flame connection, it's sacred. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you just cry of joy. It's a beautiful thing because your auras blended together. And then if my frequency of love, the one that I have, it's, let's say, like equal to $500, and he has $500, when we are together, we both have $1 million. So it's just like like so beautiful. You channel each other. It's like having a guide that could be physical or could be not. And you don't have to meet in physical to have that twin flame connection. And it doesn't have to be Syrian or Anunnaki or Lyrian or Arcturian. That is just the expression that you can connect with. But that person is going to have many, and you have many. And when you meet that person in the physical, because I know persons in the physical that met the human twin flame, it's a beautiful thing. You don't have to speak. You know what the other is thinking. You can see the aura. The auras are kissing all the time, making love in a sacred union. And normally how that connection works is the divine masculine represent the foundation for the divine feminine to channel God. It's more like a doorway to see your reflection in a God and light connection. It's just like an eternal, I don't know how to say that, because I have seen twin flames that they don't have that sexual desire, that they are more like siblings. I have seen that. I have seen the ones that come in groups, like one man with many females that he exchanged his soul with all of them. And I have seen actually persons and physical that they are married with other people, but because the other people, it is in a way, they have that connection at the soul level and they complement each other like best friends. Does that make sense? So I don't think I have seen one type of connection. I have seen many, because at the beginning I thought it was going to be my other half. Now it's just like it should be my other half just for me. But then I noticed that it was all kind of arrangements, and sometimes you cannot cut the cord because you are connected to so many different lives together, but you can dormant that connection if it is not working for you. Sometimes in a twin flame journey you are going to have like three unlike twin flames, like karmic one, the narcissistic one, like preparing like for the one. Some people choose to have that as a husband, as a wife, and normally they are gonna have, they look alike somehow, even though let's say that he is American and she's Asian, but somehow they look alike because the soul, it's very alike in beliefs and principles and morality. It's just like they're different, but they complement, like Legos. I haven't seen that. And sometimes normally they're going to work together, like couples working together that many of you guys have seen on YouTube and Facebook doing things together, because they have a mission together, but the mission is to heal the whole family throughout the love they share to each other unconditionally. So I think we have a lot of misconceptions about what a twin flame is. And sometimes just because you went a regular retreat and you met someone that sparked your soul in a sensual way, it doesn't mean it is your twin flame. That happens because you're empath and he's empath, and you guys are going to connect deeper than probably your own husband. But it doesn't mean you guys have to live happily ever together. Sometimes a twin alike person is going to come to awake your kundalini and then disappear from your life, because maybe you are missing that in your own romantic relationship, or maybe you are single or whatever. So a lot of things is happening. We don't have one unique journey. We could have many, whatever we want to do. So it's not set in stone, because you can change timeline. And maybe if you didn't want to have a twin flame connection, maybe you can have one if you ask for it. Does that make sense? So I have seen right now what I have seen that people is posting, and how now people is requesting twin flame drawings again and again. I have seen in my own experience and in other of my friends that twin flame agreements are being rewrite. Twin flame, it doesn't have to be a karmic partner who comes to challenge you like a narcissistic connection. It should be someone who is a teacher, who pushes you so you become better, to support you to the channel of love that you both share equally, because you're both willing to grow together. Something that I am noticing sometimes in the sessions, it is You want to have a partner, but you're so afraid that it's going to hurt you that you chill yourself. And then it's just like a lot of people, a lot of men and a lot of women looking for that other half, let's say. But then sometimes it's hard to connect because we quickly identify things like, oh, this has a trauma, do this, do that, whatever, we disagree, that's it. Sometimes we're not willing to work things out in the physical, to be open to say, what if we can try to blend together, to work things out. And that doesn't only happen with a twin flame, happen with husband and wife, with family. Sometimes it's so hard to blend with your family, with your kids, with your city, because we are seeing the difference instead of seeing what we can do to each other when we align with that power of love. Does that make sense? But a twin flame connection, Jenny, comes through your heart. You can activate it when you meditate with twin flame meditations. You can ask you guys, you can ask Cupido, the Romance angels, to activate it. And this is something that when your twin flame connection is active, it's just like a force field of love that embraces you, that helps you to vibrate higher and at more ease. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's not an easy experience to have because we want to have expectations and we want to put rules to love. I will love you if you have this and this and this and this and this, and we're not open to that unconditional love. And that applies to every relationship, including the one that we have with ourselves. I do think the ultimate twin flame, it is my half that I am discovering of me, the things that I don't know that I can do. And then each partner, whether there is a twin flame, soulmate, or whoever, karmic one, it is a mirror of me, an aspect of me that is teaching me something. I hope that makes sense. And it's something that I am learning for my own journey. Don't think that I'm saying this just because whatever. It's because I'm still learning, I'm still expressing. But when I can tune into that twin flame connection that I have, it's a beautiful thing that I feel just blessed that I have chose that in this life. It's just like pure love that it's hard to describe in words. It's just a beautiful, deep connection, deep connection that challenge you from your core out to become a better person, but through love. And then you go through different stages. I hope that that makes sense. Thank you so much. I want to be more intuitive as Sarah, but I have to clear the chaos in my head. Well, you can practice mindfulness. That is easy. Be present. That is an easy thing to do. Hey, Ellie. Joanne, we're conduits. Yes, we're conduits. Thank you so much. Jessica, Terlin, beautiful, Tina, Mike, thank you so much for being here, Mike. I always appreciate that you are always in our meditations. Yet I step away. Well, you could ask Jenny for whatever is in the highest good for you. Like sometimes we don't know exactly what is going to be the best. So if you don't know exactly, just ask. The path of less resistance that you have, the better that it is. And for me, I think it is just ask God to be God and to show you when it's going to be, because probably that person is healing so he can be the best version of himself for you. So just trust that whenever happen is going to be for the highest good and meant for you. Yes, Mike, because I have trouble to write things. I speak better with feelings. It's kind of like a mermaid thing. So I express myself to feel, but sometimes I don't know how to put this in words or written message. But I'm learning. I'm learning how to express myself better. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Guidance for me, please. Yes. You know that I love you, and you know, Shana, that we're good friends. I think I'll tell you what I tell to myself. Just go with the flow, trust your intuition. You will know what to do if you need to do something. But be very attentive about what you feel you should do. Not seeking expectations, not expecting what you want to happen, but just being open for what the universe has in store for you. And normally, what the universe has prepared for us is like a better solution than what we're asking for. Sophia, any message? Yes, let me see. You have a beautiful blue aura. I think you are a blue ray, Sophia. Let me see. Just stay in the light. Let your light to flow as it's meant to be. I'm just seeing like your aura like flowing in all directions. It's not like a message, it's just like don't hold yourself, just be you and allow your light to be the light and to show you the path that you are meant to walk on. This is kind of like your guides are saying. You connect a lot with galactics. Your aura looks like very galactic. I hope that makes sense. Any message? A new place? Oh, let me see. I feel like you have to manifest it that, Arlene. Ask what you need, like connect deeply with your higher self, with your guides, and then visualize it. And then every day send light throughout Gaia, asking for that place, and then you will find out. It feels like you can take advantage of probably the next moon that I think is going to be in December 4th to manifest that place that you're looking for. Yes, you can create like a grid or like put your intentions in a paper and then put a cursor on it, and then every day like just like shed light on it, like with the grid that I had right here. Whenever there are the meditations, if I cannot be during the meditation because I have a session or something, I'll just channel cancel healing to the grid, and then whatever meditate in the meditations that we do in the page, you guys can receive it if you ask for it, because I don't think I should give what no one wants to receive, but if you want to, you can request it and then you can receive it. Then I think all is fine, Natalie. Let me see what else. Any signs? Dina, Haya, this is a very good question. Any message from my guides? Any signs that I'm missing? Yes, I think you are not present enough. Be present so you are more aware about your guides and the energies, and then you will know what to do. This is something that we all do. Sometimes because we have busy lives, we ignore paying attention to what's happening in our body, in our feelings, in our emotions, and then when we pay attention, sometimes it is because we are crashing or we are drained. So be more in your center, and it's not something that it can take you like 30 seconds or a minute, and just asking yourself, how do I feel? What do I need to know? This is something that I do every day in the morning before I leave my bed. I ask my higher self, I see the face of my higher self who looked like an 70-year-old Joshua. And then I ask what I need to know today, and then I stop to see if I see something. Sometimes I don't see anything. And then when I don't see anything, I assume that it's all in the flow. And then I always ask my higher self, like, please be with me, hold me, even I don't ask you, be close to me just in case I need it. But we have to develop that connection. It's like you have a friend, but your friend never call you, never read your messages, anything like that, and then you just like, whatever, I haven't seen you in a long time, I'm just not gonna pay attention to you. But you have to ask, but at the same time, I think we have to be committed so we can see results. Things don't happen overnight. Things happen because we build them little by little, step by step. Lily Jack, is there any message for me? Yes. Thank you, Giovanna. I always appreciate. Okay, Lily. I'm seeing I'm seeing like energies from the elementals. I don't know if that will make sense for you because I don't know you. I'm not connected to you, but what I'm seeing from you guys, it is that connecting with the kingdoms of Gaia. I'm seeing like trees, like gardens, like probably fairies. I don't know if something that you feel drawn to, or they are reminding you that you should connect with more. Fairies are excellent frequencies for manifestation. If you need to manifest something, if it's something that you feel blocked or stuck or like flowing, always connect with Gaia and the kingdoms of Gaia, because Gaia creates our reality. Sometimes we want to go out of the galaxy, Arcturians, Pleiadians, whatever, but they don't live here. They connect to our own soul and Akashic records, but Gaia is here. The kingdoms of Gaia are here. The dolphins, the light, the fire, the dragons. So this is the ones that are going through the same things we are going through. So it's so important to reconnect with the simpleness of what life can be. And I think this is the message. Really, go back to simplicity. Things doesn't have to be complicated. You guys say this, love is simple and life should be simple. Sometimes we make them complicated because maybe we think the harder it is, the greater the lesson, but it doesn't have to be like that. We're here to be challenged, but we are not here to suffer. We suffer by choice. Challenge it is to pull the best of us. I hope that makes sense. I think I already gave yours. Let me see. And I was a little bit sick this week. I had cold, so I didn't do the live that I was going to do in the supporters group. But next week I'm going to record something for you, something that I'm working. I just allow myself this week to self-heal. Jessica Woods, open to receive any message meant for me. Thank you so much. Okay, you have like a rainbow aura. It looks like a prism. When I close my eyes and ask you guys to show me something, it looks like a prism of crystal, kind of like this. And then kind of like the rainbow light, the white light, shattering into rainbow, like all colors. I think you are a crystal, a rainbow ray person. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that is a confirmation. Rainbow ray are people, well, I haven't Googled it or read about it, but what is coming through it is that souls that have more lives in the future than in the past. So their DNA is a little bit more crystallized than the old souls. It doesn't mean they're new souls. It just means that they are all souls that from higher dimensions. I hope that makes sense. So tune into that magic in you, into that rainbow in you, and let it shine bright even if the day looks cloudy. I hope that makes sense for you, Jessica. Jenny, any suggestions? Any meditation, Jenny? I do have I think two meditations for twin flames, but any meditation to feel guided, it doesn't matter what we do. I think it just matters how we embrace it. And the more you ask for it, the more you attract that. But twin flame or anything that we want to manifest, we have to match that frequency. You have to be what, if you want a human twin flame, you have to become what he's asking for, and he has to be what you want to to have as a partner. And when you guys match, it is when the alchemy is going to be done in the physical. Does that make sense? Some spiritual people, they don't want to have kids, they don't want to have relationships because they are too committed to their light work, or sometimes they are too sensitive. A lot of things happening, so not everyone would like to have a partner and have a relationship. It's not for everyone, and it's fine. But if you would like to have set your intention, and now that we're going to change timeline in the winter solstice, and then it's going to be Valentine's Day in February, is going to be a good opportunity for you to send that light to him, whatever he is. And the more you are in the frequency of love, the more easy it is going to be for you to manifest that. But trust that whenever come is going to be for the highest good. I hope that makes sense. And I have few minutes. You guys would like me to do a little bit of light language. I don't know if I have more. What is my strongest? Jenny asks, what is my strongest center chakra wise? I think your heart, it is. Jenny, I'm seeing like green, so it must be your heart. I don't think I have any more questions. At least not popping up. Forgive me if I miss your question. Let me just check. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we are okay. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, Georgie, I have a new question that pops. I would like a message from my guides, my angels, something that I shouldn't do. Thank you. Let me see. You have like a beautiful heart chakra. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It looks like a very expensive and exquisite and rare prism of green cores of jade, I think. And your guys are talking about what you shouldn't do, because they said whatever you do is going to be part of the divine plan. So instead of thinking that you made a mistake, you just embrace your choices. And the more centered and sovereign you are in your own intuition and your own choices, the more cosmically aligned you will be. I hope that makes sense. And how often, Dina asked, my throat chakra, do I open my throat chakra so I can be more expressive? Okay, this is something that I have struggled my whole life, Dina. Pleiadian souls normally, not normally, but some have like a throat chakra block, because before they ascend, they had trouble to digest the shadow. It was like ignoring, rejecting the things that they didn't like, and that it was storing the throat chakra. And also they had a pandemic too, very horrible one that I remember, that they got sick in their skin, kind of like lepra or Or I don't know if you guys remember when HIV started in the 80s, it was just like, oh my God, like everyone was sick. They had kind of like a pandemic like that when they were in three dimension going into fourth, and in their case impacted the throat chakra, and that spread throughout the skin because they were manifesting guilt, shame. So the shadow, it was being revealed to a very, very nasty skin. Mm. And I think for my own experience, the throat chakra has to be with, first of all, the more creative you are, the more expressive you are about what you feel as a way to heal your throat chakra, to use your voice, but voice or words can be knives that hurt each other people. The more loving you are, the more positive you are, the more inspiring, encouraging you are, the more in alignment your expression of God will be. But at the same time, sometimes we're good to speak, but we lack to listen because we disagree with what we are listening to. So it has to be also with listening to yourself, like, okay, how do I feel? What I want? What is this person telling me that I need or that they think I need? So it has to do with listening, with speaking, and with creating, with these three elements. There is a lot of things you could do to flow, but mainly with the throat chakra, it's blocked. Your heart can't connect with God in the higher chakras. So it's like a bridge from expressing the light of God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, through the heart and throughout all that it is. So it's an important chakra like every chakra. You could meditate, you could bless your water, whatever you feel guided to do, but trust your own process, because sometimes we're healing things for other timelines. Like for me, I'm healing. I had a lot of lives in slavery, a lot that I am healing. So my service for those lives, it is to work in my throat chakra constantly. And the reason why I do light language and I do all the things I do complement that service and healing, that I am like a guide for those lower aspects of me that are in slavery in this reality and in all realities. I hope that makes sense. And let me see. I think we are okay for now. Do you guys want me to do a prayer just for all of our intentions? I don't think I have any more questions. At least they are not appearing right here. It's so weird. You're right. Do I have skin problems? I do have had skin problems too, and my skin problems, it was attached to guilt. I'm honest. I mean, you guys are empath sensitive people, because things that happened to me when I was little, I suffered sexual harassment when I was 13, but for my 13-year-old Gretel, that I was very innocent for, well, 30 years ago, it was if I was sexually abused. Does that make sense? For my body, my mind, my feelings, everything. And at that time, I couldn't understand what I did wrong. And then someone said to me, it was your fault. And when that person said to me, it was your fault, I bought that belief and I transformed it into guilt. And after that, I had skin problems for certain periods of my life that were reflecting that guilt that it was so rooted into me. But that's why I say, guys, don't purchase other people's beliefs. Not even about what will happen in 2022, not even anyone. Discern if the advice that believe, including me, whoever people is saying to you, serve you, and identify the beliefs that you have that they are not working out for you. Like, for example, sometimes in sessions people said, I would like to have a twin flame, but I always have narcissistic. That is a belief that says all men are narcissistic, and it's not true. There are beautiful men, beautiful, responsible, faithful, good fathers, wanting to be a good role model for their families, for their kids, or waiting to have a partner that they want to love. Does that make sense? So sometimes those beliefs we are carry them from past experiences that happened to us in this life or in any other, but they don't have to limit this experience. And when we identify limiting beliefs like that, let's just take a second and maybe with honesty, you could say, I would like to have a twin flame, but all men in my life have been narcissistic, but I'm very confident that the next person I meet is going to be a good match, an honest, a responsible man that we can connect with a beautiful intimacy connection that we can support each other. Does that make sense? It's not about faking it. It's about honoring our shadow, but then bringing some positive energy so we can find balance. I hope that makes sense. I think you are, Dina. Yes, I think you are a Pleiadian, of course. So, just before I go, I'll remind you guys, I'm going to start uploading the meditations for the next week. The world changed time from winter to summer. In my city, we don't change time, so I used to be Pacific time, and this time now I am Mountain time. So the meditations are going to keep doing 5:55 p.m. I am Mountain time. If you guys need healing or you guys think that meditation is going to serve something, you guys can share it. You guys doesn't have to be every day, but whenever you can and you would like to receive, take advantage. Reiki is going to be programmed for whoever set the intention that would like to receive it as a free service, as long as it's meant to be. I'm going to keep doing the Saturdays now, 12 p.m. Mountain time, as long as they are meant to be. And then if you would like to take advantage of the discounts and the services, take a look on the website after I change. I'm trying to change the services and upgrade a little bit so I can work my things out in my personal life so I can keep doing all of those things. My idea is I would like to do a lot of things for free, but in order for me to do all of things for free, I have to have cover my human life, my bills, my home, my things, my kids, my stuff. And if you guys are interested on the mentoring class that is going to start at 12:12, you guys can already sign up. I'm going to post a dynamic, I think next week, for you guys to put your name if you would like to have it for free. I'm gonna choose 3 people to give them for free the whole year. This mentorship is going to be to learn about the light, to discover your own encoded frequency, what you can do, how you can do it, that is going to serve yourself. But if you would like to be a healer like me or channeler or whatever you want to call it, codes is going to be a review for what you know that you can apply it. The first month is going to be about new earth manifestation, how we can manifest right now. We all know probably about law of attraction, affirmations, all the things that can do, but we are in 3 4D reality. But new earth manifestation, it's a different way to manifest instantly, and it happens to me when I am in synchronicity. Like, for example, my mom gets sick yesterday, so I sent her money, and instantly after I sent money, like an hour before, someone purchased a drawing that it costs exactly the $93 that I sent to my mom. Does that make sense? This is New Earth manifestation. You instantly manifest what you need. Maybe it's not $1,000,000 because maybe it's not meant to be, but it is that you always have, that you need, that circulate from one hand to the other. Does that make sense? It's not actually about the amount. It's about the exchange, that we do it with honor, that we want to do it, and at the same time it has to be with the worth, the value that we give. Like sometimes when we don't want to pay things, I feel, at least because I worry that I may not have. Does that make sense? It's just like, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. It's just like too much because, oh, I don't want to give it to the government. But when you think you are abundant and you are a boss, God will provide one way or another. So we allow just ourselves to share, because it circulate. If I go to a restaurant, the restaurant pays salaries, the salaries given to the kids, the school, whatever, and then one way or another goes back to me. Does that make sense? So I know the economy, it's kind of like crumbling in some places, but keep doing it the way that you can. Keep tuning into what you can manifest, what you can give. It doesn't have to be money. Sometimes you can donate your time, your prayers, your intentions. There is a lot of things we could share, we could give, so this world become better for all of us, because one way or another I think we're all connected. Like for example, for me, I'm trying to do free services. You guys, I'm sure you guys can do your own things. Maybe some people say, I can't donate to you, Gretel. That's fine. But I share your stuff. That's fine. If you see friends of you that are selling things, crystal, whatever, I always try to support. Maybe I don't feel drawn to purchase, but maybe someone else will. So whatever you feel guided to do to this world better, maybe it could be a kind word, maybe it could be a kind advice, maybe it could be a smile. I think that's enough. Whatever we can do to make the life of all of us better, go ahead and do it. And I think that's enough. See you guys next Saturday and throughout the week. I wish you the best, the best, the best, the best. And if you need healing, come and meditate with us with Encoded Frequency. It's not me actually, it's all collective, all of our higher self and guides as one, united, so we all have whatever we need. Love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye bye.